Deep in Space comes an unwanted guest, bringing chaos and destruction to our world. In this video, I'll share my review and first reaction to episode 1 and 2, and trust me, we got one of the craziest scenes in the whole Alien saga. You're ready? Let's go with a spoiler. But first, we need to know where this show takes place. This series is the third prequel after Prometheus and Covenant, so it doesn't change the main story, but honestly, this couldn't be the perfect change for a reboot and even connected with the new Predator. In this new series, the world is controlled by 5 companies: Weyland-Yutani, Lynch, Dynamics, Threshold, and Prodigy. Each one wants to create the perfect cyborg, or in alien style, the perfect synthetic, and actually, this gives me a vibe of cyberpunk stuff, so that was great in that sense. A Weyland-Yutani ship goes deep into space, of course, brings back different species, and of course, one alien X. Things go bad, and the ship crashes on Earth, right into the Prodigy building. A curious fact, Prodigy had already made synthetic hybrid with the mind of human kids. Was something crazy. The good. The show keeps the horror vibe. If you watch Alien 1 and then this, the feeling is the same. The xenomorph looks scary, with practical effects in close-ups. After so many movies, they got that design perfect. Still, they give it a small change to make it fresh. The story also adds new things. It's not only about Weyland-Yutani, the classic enemy company. We have the cyber revolution of the companies, a new concept from the franchise. The bad. The CGI for me is kill the fear. The other creatures look fake, and the characters? Man, their action makes no sense. In episode 2, Hermes already attacked by an alien. Just stop to look at a baseball? Only to give a meaning to the episode title, they couldn't make that way better? And instead of running to warn the other, Hermes goes right into the alien X. That's not realistic. After that kind of trauma, the only move is to escape and report, but the script forcing him to abdom so the story can continue. And guys, we had one of the most brutal scenes in the whole Alien saga. The alien is huge, violent, using claws, tail, innermost, is a total killing machine. Even its blood is potion. This scene was strong, but they couldn't show more like the alien actually eating. Instead, it just killed and live. It's not like Predator, you know, it's something strange. Funny details, everything in the show is advanced text, except the screens. They look just like the old computer in Alien 1 and 2, kinda funny. In the end, I think these first 2 episodes are really good. They bring back the spirit of the saga and add more lore. It's just a shame the script pulls you out sometimes. For me, it's a 8 out of 10. Drop your opinion in the comments and check out my review of Peacemaker and Wednesday. And hey, check out my channel. If it's geek or superhero content, I've probably covered it. See you. Has the humanoid alien queen finally made it to a screen? Is Wendy really the big dark figure the comic talk about? And is Alien Earth the one bringing that character in? Before I answer, or at least give you my take, let me break down the good, the bad from the episode 3 and 4 of this series. The good. I think this show really tried to give more depth to the alien world, adding details that made the story richer. It keeps that horror vibe alive, and of course it's true in humanity's moral dilemmas, like Morrow's asking, when does a machine stop being a machine? Or when the couple of scientists wonder if they really transfer the kid's mind into the synthetic, or if they just train the AI to copy their memories and behavior. What's scary about Alien is how it reflects real humanity. If we ever want life to survive, we gotta go to space, because the sun will die one day, and with it, Earth. Colonizing space isn't a maybe, it's a must. And throwing monsters into the star like this? That's nightmare full. The series really remind me of that. The bad. Once again, the show unloyal stresses up. Like in episode 3, the alien doesn't eat Wendy or her brother, it just plays with them. Maybe it wanted a 2 for 1? I don't know. And Wendy, even before meeting the Xenomorph, she was already hearing them. If it had happened after the attack, that would make sense, but before all that, why was she chosen by them? What's up with that? I don't know. Also, I get that they want to give more depth to the synthetic, like Nitz thinking she's pregnant, or slightly being threatened by Morrow who wants an egg so bad he even blackmails him with his family. But honestly, the real focus should be the alien. That's what people care about. The synthetic storyline feels boring to me. I'd rather get more alien lore, no side plots about robots. Well, at least it's my opinion. And I know the robots are important to this story, but even with that, meh. So is Wendy the alien queen? First of all, this character comes from the Alien comics. And I think it's kinda confusing to pull lore from comics into the shows or movie. Especially when this series is supposed to be a prequel to all the Alien films. The core idea should come from the series and movies, and then comics can tell side stories, or honestly, maybe comics shouldn't even be canon, because it just makes things harder for fans who love the creature but don't read comics. This isn't superheroes, you know? It's something different. The closest thing to an alien queen origin is explained in the comic Alien Icarus. To keep it short, and really short, a genetically modified insect stings a human, infecting her with something like the black goo from Prometheus. She mutates, and in the comics, the alien accepts her as their queen, even though she isn't impure. Fans don't like that because it just feels like another mutation. That's why this series might finally give us the true 100 canon origin of the alien queen. I mean, the human alien queen. What you think? For me, like I said, the show Broken Logic killed a lot of the good stuff it had going. That's why I've give it a 7 out of 10. I really hope they explain why Wendy can't talk to the aliens, and that I don't have to read a comic just to get it. The story should stand out its own. That's my review. Check it out my last one and more geek video on the channel. Catch you in the next time. See you. Picture this. You're in the middle of deep space, pure darkness, no sound, no way out, and worst of all, no one can hear you. Now imagine monsters hiding in that darkness. All kind of them, each one deadly in its own way. But among of them, there's one that stands above the rest, the Xenomorph. Episode 5 takes us back to Maginot ship before it came crashing down Earth. Let me explain you the good and the bad of episode 5. The good. The show uses a classic move, a flashback. Normally, that slows things down, but here it works. And this time, we need to forget about Wendy and her alien brother. And somehow, it gave us one of the best alien stories we've seen in years. No engineer, no AI, no corporate worth, just a monster stalking a crew in space. Simple, raw, and honestly, that's what makes it scary. Yeah, those are cool, but nothing beats a monster hunting down a crew in space. Something less is more, and this episode showed it. We also see how the crew was on a 60-year trip, where only the top ranks knew the real mission. The species were the priority. Not even the rest of the crew knew. That's a big change in alien lore. Normally, only one person, usually the synthetic, knows the truth about Will and Yutani. I mean, who would want to go a space trip knowing their life doesn't matter? We also get more on Morrow, the cyber. He joined the mission hoping to give his daughter a better life and education. Sadly, she died in an accident. Now the only thing driving in is taking those creatures back to Yutani. The bad. Like I said before, if all this happened in episode 1 or 2, cool. But cutting the story like this, personally, I never liked that kind of cinematic trick. Same episode, no real impact, messed up the flow, especially when the plot was already moving forward. The Monsters. Episode 5 also gave us creatures just as dangerous as the Xenomorph, like the one-eyed parasite, deadly as hell, that even went up against the alien and tried to take over his body. Or the space leeches, they don't just suck blood, they release a toxic gas that can kill you in seconds. That's what I hate about the alien universe. The earth, the gas, the monster, everything is out to kill you. Each creature has more than one way to wipe you up. It was an episode that went back to the rules of fear and suspense. With a storyline about an infiltrator, honestly, I had everything to feel like Alien Romulus movie. For me, it's a solid 9 out of 10. Drop your thoughts in the comment, what did you think? And check out my review of the past Alien Earth episode, plus my breakdown of the series that going head to head with Disney every week. Peacemaker, see you there. What's the real cause of life? The cause of humanity? The cause of our entire world? In the last episode of Alien Earth, we finally get that answer in the raw darkest way possible. Here's the setup. Two giant corporations, Prodigy and Weyland-Yutani, are fighting over one thing, the Xenomorph, and whoever wins basically owns the future of humanity. So the question is, who's gonna walk away holding that power? And now we need to talk about the good. This episode changed everything. The game's over. It's no shy play anymore. Needs? She's memory's gone. They erase her trauma like it never exists. Sounds like mercy, right? But then you realize the kids aren't seen as people at all. To Prodigy, they're just tools. Tools they can reset, erase, or break whenever they want. And it gets darker. Turtles attacked by wasps, dead in an instant. That's the alien word for you. Acid, spore, creatures everywhere. Blink once and you're gone. But the one that hit me hardest is likely Trick Dr. Arthur Silva, the one guy with a conscience. And what happens? A fake hugger take him down, just like that. And Dove, the only man with a real morality on the island. Meanwhile, Hermie tried to take Wendy with him. She refused at first, but after what happened to Nitz, you can see the doubt in her eyes. She's starting to question if the island is really home. And her bond with the Xenomorph, yeah, that's getting intense. So we need to talking about the problems. And here where the show stumbles, the logic just doesn't hold up. Why reset Needs and not tell anyone? I mean, it's easy to Wendy or whatever, ask her, remember this and remember that, and what is the point to reset? And then the baby Xenomorph. Normally the embryo comes out, builds a cocoon, and grows fast. We've seen it before, Alien Romulus proved that. But here, time drags on, days, maybe weeks. No timeline, no logic. Sure, the mini alien looks cool, a mini Yoda, but creepy. But honestly, zero consistency. Now, here where the story explodes. Wendy starts pushing back. She questioned the doctor, she questioned everything. Meanwhile, Weyland-Yutani steps in. First, they offer Prodigy 20 million, then 50. That's what humanity worth against the deadliest creature in the universe. $50 million. And Prodigy? They finally agree, but only after a 6-week quarantine. Doesn't matter though. Word is coming. An invasion from Weyland-Yutani is already in motion. So guys, Wendy's transformation is the scariest part. Her bond with the Xenomorph is turning her into something else. But this episode for the mid-season? I don't know, it felt slow. The pieces are important, but the impact wasn't there. Honestly, I would give, I don't know, maybe it's a 7 out of 10. So what you think? This episode hit harder for you Or did it feel weak too? Drop your thought in the comments and don't forget if go review of all the other episodes, plus breakdown of the series that going head to head with Alien, Peacemaker every single week. See you guys. What if I told you that in Alien Earth, the most feared creature in the galaxy, the Xenomorph, gets trained like a pet? Yeah, imagine the ultimate predator. The thing that haunted our nightmare for 20 years suddenly obeying human commands. Is that genius or the dumbest move in the franchise history? Episode 7 drops up right into that question, and trust me, the way it plays out has fan split. Some say it's destroying the mystic of Alien. Others think it's pushing the story into bold, terrifying new territory. Today, I'll break down how this episode flipped the rules, what really worked, what went off the rails, and if taming an alien is even possible. This episode opens heavy. Wendy learns about the death of her stepbrother. Remember, all the hybrids see each other as a siblings, and this moment shattered whatever hope she had left about Prodigy. They're not family, they're not special, they're just experiments. At the same time, Slyden Smith drags Sylvia to the beach. He wakes up fast, showing us the normal alien incubation time. No baby alien weirdness this round, just raw classic terror. Then it all explodes. Wendy, Hermit, and Nitz try to escape the island. Yutani forces storm in as SWAT team shows up. And right in the middle of the chaos, Wendy unleashes the Xenomorph she can't control. Soldiers get torn apart. Yutani teams fall. Yet, the moment that hits hardest isn't in the action. It's Herman stepping in to protect one of his friends. Even as Nitz take a brutal hit, that single choice sparks Wendy rage, but also shows us the thin line between survival and total madness. Here where the episode forces us to stop and think. Can you actually tame a Xenomorph? Or does even try kill everything that makes this franchise legendary? Fans online are furious. Some say it's pure trash, that the saga just lost its edge. But if you look back, this isn't totally new. In Alien Resurrection, Will and Yutani tried to weaponize the creature. Ripley knew better that the only way to win was to wipe them out. But because of her clone DNA, there was this strange empathy, almost like she was becoming their queen. And that's the seed this show is playing with. The birth of a human alien queen. Not just another monster, a leader. A nightmare that could end humanity once and for all. The problem. For hardcore fans who only follow the movies, these twists feel like a betrayal. For comic readers, it feels like a payoff. So, if Alien Earth running the canon or rewriting it? If this is a prequel, it's messed up everything we thought we knew. If it's a reboot, then like it or not, it's fair game. New rules, new ideas, new future. And the show is yours. Do you keep watching or drop it right here? So let me ask you, is it really possible to domesticate the deadliest species in the universe? The ultimate predator that keeps balance in the cosmos? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for my review of the final episode and my full series review comparing every week with Alien, Peacemaker. See you there. The ending is finally here, but was it really the finale we deserve? Or did Alien Earth just give us one of the weakest endings in the Alien history? Since day one, the show has been full of drama. Fans argued, memes went wild, and the whole pet Xenomorph thing almost broke the fandom. So going into the finale, the stakes were sky high. Was this gonna be the redemption or disaster? The problem? Alien Earth tried to do too much. On one hand, it gave us moments of pure horror. On the other, the story fell into a plot hole that left a lot of us frustrated. That's the clash. Horror versus logic. Atmosphere versus no sense. So let's start with the good stuff first. The vibe of the finale really worked. The abandoned island, the night siren, and the Xenomorph looking terrifying again. Why better than when it was just chilling as a pet in daylight? And the other creature is right nightmare full. The keeps turning from victims into ruthless. Monster was intense. When they rejecting her role as Darcy and maybe becoming the next Alien Queen, that twist hit hard. But here where it fall apart. The Prodigy storyline. Well, he built a scientist at 6 years old, which was cool, right? But then every single choice he make is dumb. Like, so dumb it ruins the tension and the show tries to justify it by saying, oh, he has attention issues. Nah, that's lazy writing. And it gets worse. You're telling me one of the world's biggest power can keep communication safe and fall to another company invasion just like that? Really? Then the Xenomorphs take out everyone, without even a scratch. I get they're fast and brutal. But it's not Robocop, you know, it's strange. And instead of closing the history, the show opened even more plots, clearly betting on the second season. But here's the danger. What if it never gets renewed? They were stuck with one of the most disappointing endings in the Alien history. For me, this finale is a 6 out of 10. I expect way more, but hey, what do you think? Was this a strong ending or a total letdown? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more deep dive like this, check out my review of the early episode. And don't miss my take of Marvel Zombie. Hit that subscribe button and I've got way more horror vibe coming out your way. See you!